Hey everyone, it's ashlynnspeaks, and today I'm really just gonna speak. There's no video. I'm don't know if I'm gonna put supplemental video like images with my words. I don't know. I'm just gonna talk to you guys. I'm gonna try to leave this as unedited as possible. I just for once I'm just gonna speak freely. I feel so lost right now. I feel the most lost that I've ever felt, ever. So much is going on right now at the same time. But what makes it the hardest is that I'm alone and I chose to be alone. But is it really a choice when the other options are not going to make you happy? Did I have a choice at all if all three options were bad? If all three options were going to cause me to be sad or depressed or whatever, one way or another, did I have a choice? I chose to stay in Boston because at least if the pandemic lets up, I have access to the two other locations that my family is. And I have access to my home city, New York, and the only city that I claim, the only city where I've ever felt like I was home. I moved out, I guess you can say, for the first time in a pandemic. I had my 20th birthday in an empty apartment during a pandemic, and I had a friend with me, and I'm very happy that he was here to share that moment with me and to share the move in with me. But I still couldn't do what I usually do. I usually have a party. I make it a big deal. It's the only thing that I really plan for myself for the entire year. I don't really celebrate holidays like that. Christmas isn't a big deal. Thanksgiving isn't a big deal, but my birthday is. It's always been. So it was very hard this year to deal with that. I lost my grandfather during a pandemic. He was already in the hospital because he had had three strokes, and his third stroke was he never fully bounced back. He was recovering though, and I promise you guys, if COVID gave him more time, he would have been able to function. He probably would have been able to leave the nursing home and the hospital. He technically was already ready to leave. He could have gotten a nurse at home, but due to some reasons, he had to stay in the nursing home. And it's just like if he weren't in the nursing home, he would have been home and most likely would not have caught COVID. He was 69 years old. And my birthday is May 27th. I turned 20. And then a few days later, he turned 70, but he wasn't here to really turn 70, and he wasn't here to see me turn 20. And I love my grandfather with my whole heart. That's somebody that I know is always there for me. And I have my mother, and I appreciate and love her so much, but I guess I would say he's the only man in my life that I knew loved me unconditionally and would drop everything for me. I'm telling you, if this man had $2 and I needed three, he would give me the two and look for one more. He wouldn't even keep 10 cents for himself. He would give me everything. Whenever I would visit him in the hospital, he would tell everybody, that's his sweet grandbaby and this and that. I know one time I was in the hospital with him and I stepped aside, and because of the stroke, one side of his body works better than the other. So he couldn't turn his head to see that I was still in the room. He started praying for God to bring me back. And so I stood next to him and he was shook. He was like, oh my gosh. I guess in his head his prayer worked, but I was telling him I was there the entire time. He's a very spiritual man. And so I know he wouldn't want me to be sad about his departure. He would tell me that it was his time and he's resting. He's no longer in pain. He's no longer sick. I imagine that if there is a heaven, he's walking around with his family members who he had lost. No stroke in his body, laughing and enjoying himself. But it's just really sad that he can't do that with me because he's not here. And now we're literally in a race war. You know, like when the Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd and all those things were going on, I was ignoring them because I felt like I had so much going on in my own life. I couldn't worry about racism anymore. But of course, we don't get to choose when to worry about racism. We're always gonna have to worry about it. No matter, we can take a break maybe away from the world and isolate ourselves, but we always have to go back. And I was kind of pushed back when all the rebellions started happening, and I'm purposely saying rebellions and not riots. When those started happening, I had to go back. It was everywhere, all over my social media. And I'm happy that all these big protests and rebellions really did create some sort of change. It's little, it's what we've been asking for all along, like a fraction of it, but it looks like we're on the right track. But it's a shame. It's like so many people are being exposed for their language and for their behavior, and I just want to know, why can't you guys treat us right? Why can't you love us? We always say, oh, I'm human. I make mistakes. We're all human. So why don't we get treated like humans? Even if I did commit a crime, why does it mean that I deserve to die? Even if I didn't have a license to sell my water on the street, why do I deserve to die? Why do I deserve to get beat up, broken, battered, and bruised? I don't. So why do you think that I do? People go through so much just as humans, just as people, you know. As you get older, there's obstacles to face. I'm 20 years old. There's 20-year-old obstacles. You know what I mean? But of course, I have to worry about racism. On top of all of that, I have lost family members. It wasn't just my grandfather, but that's the biggest impact on me. I'm never gonna be the same, but my grandfather on my dad's side passed away earlier this year. I never met him, so I didn't really feel much, but his death made me worry about my grandfather on my mother's side. And I was crying because I was afraid to lose my grandfather on my mother's side, and it's so crazy that I did lose him. It's like, did I put that energy out there? Did I speak it into existence? We can't control COVID, so I'm not even gonna put that on myself. But along with my grandfather, it's like his brother died, and somebody else died, and then recently, you know, my best friend's father passed. You know, and like my other friend has lost someone. These are things that we all go through in life, but on top of this, remember, I am alone during a pandemic, and I'm black during what some might call a race war, and I'm a woman, and there's so much going on with black women right now. It's like Breonna Taylor, she's not getting the attention that she deserves. And if we don't give her attention, she's not gonna get the justice. And it's like, why do we always think that only black men are affected by what's going on? Only black men are killed by police. Only black men are beat up by police. Women are here too, but you guys do not see us. You guys never see us. And I don't know what I have to do to make you see me. It's so ridiculous. And because of this, I'm feeling so lost. If I'm so overwhelmed right now, how am I going to make a career out of this? I want to be a lawyer. I want to be an active social justice advocate. I want to write books. I want to do conferences. I want to have a nonprofit organization. I want to do so many things to help people, to help my people. But do I have the strength? Am I strong enough? Because what am I going to do on the days when I don't want to deal with what's going on? But I still have to go into work and I still have to write a statement. And I'm starting to feel that now because I'm president of a club at my college. And there's a lot of talk going on because, Boston College, I will say the name, we've had many hate crimes, and the president of our school has never spoken on any of our hate crimes. But he's given a statement on the world. But it's just like, I'm not even going to get into the details, but there's still so much that we need to ask from our school and everything. But I don't have the strength. I thought I would have this summer off. I would have time to find my strength for September. But I need to have my strength now because I'm president of a club. So what am I going to do when I can't just ignore the club because the club is my job? How am I going to function? And it's important as activists to have a self-care routine and have other hobbies. And I love music so much with all of my heart, but even if I'm an entertainment lawyer, I'm still gonna try to do all these civil rights cases. I'm still gonna try to take on immigration law and all these things. So it's just like it's always gonna be a part of what I'm doing. I'm a sociology major and an African and African studies diaspora studies minor, which means that even in class I'm learning. You understand, guys? I'm living, breathing, and eating injustice. So I just don't know. I just don't know. And I don't know if I'm ever going to know, but I don't even know what else there is to say. I just wanted to say something. Ashton speaks, right? I hope y'all are good. That's why I've been gone. I've been trying to figure out where I am. I could be posting so much right now. This page could be growing tremendously, but I just simply can't. And I'm sorry.